Hi there, I'm Nazir. Today I'll discuss regarding the technical and vocational education and training TVET in context of Bangladesh. Before discussion, just I remember a story what we learned in our boyhood that a scholar and a boatman when they are crossing a river. Then the scholar thought himself that he's too much learned people, and the boatman is not learned, not so much educated. Then he asked one by one questions to him that how the sun is rising, how the sun is setting, what is the phenomenon regarding the tide, etc., etc. So then he told once when the boatman could not answer, then he made a comment regarding the boatman that his life is the useless. However, after sometimes when there was a storm in the river and the time is came that the boat was going to sink in the river during the storm, then the boatman asked the scholar, "Yes, sir, can you swim?" The scholar told, "No, that's I don't know." Then the boatman told the scholar, "Now your life is totally useless." And this is an example of this one uh, regarding the technical and vocational education and training and the first knowledge in academic qualification. I'm not against the academic qualification. Academic qualification is required, but but specifically the technical and vocational education and training is a vast how the person will implement the vast academic qualification. That means without this, uh, the situation is like the scholar. Uh, the boatman could save himself because he can swim, and the scholar he was drowned. However, let me come to the subject matter uh, regarding the Tibet in context of Bangladesh. Thanks to my experience and recent trend, I'd like to provide some message through my this short discussion on that issue, that is the Tibet in context of Bangladesh. Uh, from some practical experiences and the success, what I observed here in Canada on Tibet issue that may be applied in Bangladesh as well. I appreciate the role of our Canadian colleges and other training institutions and providers in customizing the Tibet curriculum in Canada. The objective of my discussion that if the concerned authorities, employees, employers, investors in Tibet, I think hopefully they will be benefited from my this discussion. Let us first just give some focus. Let me give some focus that what is the Tibet education. The technical and vocational education and training. These are the courses. That is the vocational. There is a more practical, occupational. There is a meaning of, in other words, the vocational. However, the technical and vocational education and training courses are the vocational or occupational by nature, meaning that the student receives the education and training with a view towards a specific range of jobs, employment, and entrepreneurial possibilities. Now, technical, vocational, or occupational, whatever I say, the professional education and training skills are vital for poverty reduction, such as in such developed countries like Bangladesh. uh, Poverty reduction, that is the socio-economic condition recovery, sustainable development, and many others, including including the political unrest as well. As a consequences, the policy attention to the technical and vocational education and training, this is increasingly increasing in the worldwide. Then recognize the importance of Tibet in context of Bangladesh. The country has identified that Tibet will be one of the major areas of developing quality of human resources to increase the productivity of the workforces. The focus priority areas are reviewing and strengthening the Tibet policies, system, and legislations at the central and decentralized levels. Strengthening the capacity of the key institutions which play important role in the management and quality assurance of Tibet sectors and increasing access of unprivileged population. Tibet addressed the need for skilled manpower in both existing and emerging economic sectors to be able to complete it globally. It targets an increasingly diverse population and includes both new entrants and in-service members with wide-ranging educational and social characteristics. Let us think about some facts. The people with vocational and technical skills are in short supply in context of Bangladesh. There is evidence that there is a skill that there is a skill mismatch. I mean, whatever they have this skill, but this is there is evidence in context of Bangladesh that there is a skill mismatch. And while the economy and the labor forces are growing, there is a mismatch between the demand and supply of the skills. What is the demand in the market and what the skills they have, it's not matching accordingly. And another fact is that increasing overseas employment and the possible market of Bangladeshi workers abroad that needs the skill in context of the other countries where they're going to work. Then in that case, I'm telling all this thing in very gist and very short because it's a very vast area and it is not possible to discuss within these 10 to 15 minutes all the aspects here. However, just I'm making my discussion even the brief. What the problem we discussed before, the 2 or 3 points in this regard. Then in that case, then what to do? Improving the market relevance of education and specifically vocational education and training will require some significant reforms. It is very important to do, but it is not so easy. It is facing so many challenges. Some of the significant challenges, the key challenges in the facing the system concerns exist about the management of the system, both at the policy level and institutional level. Lack of information on supply and quality of Tibet. Another bottlenecks is that insufficient links between Tibet institutions and employers. It's very true in context of Bangladesh. Very true. Institutions do not have adequate resources to provide education of proper quality. It's very obvious. too little attention is paid to the local labor market and the need. Little thoughts is given to skill needs for the migrants. Firms are under investing in the work skills. Almost all firms under investing the workers' skill. Not only that the international experience suggests that there are three main reasons for the employers they're not for the employer they're not training the workers. There some fears that the firms uses matured technology and doesn't require workers to be trained. Maybe firms cannot afford the training, another reason. And the third reason, which is very significant, the skilled workers can easily be hired from elsewhere. And these reasons apply generally but specifically cited by the firm in the region and Bangladesh. Then what are the solutions for these issues? Again, I'm talking about in context of Bangladesh. Then developing industry, the solution I'm telling one by one. Number one is that developing industry training councils with industries such as garments being used for the pilot program. The council would oversee the curriculum development and student assessment. Secondly, is to develop arrangement for students to be attached to industry as a part of their course, as a part of their coursework. And ideally, this would mean developing some of the formal apprenticeship system. Third, to establish joint government industry training centers equipped as workshops and used as training centers, and centers would be jointly managed by the government and the industrial enterprises or by the associations. To establish public and private partnership for managing vocational training institutions. This should proceed on the pilot basis, with each pilot covered by the management arrangement between the government and the association involved, giving associations a long-term contract. Next is to introduce in-service training for the teachers using the industry government training centers. The center would have two goals: to develop the skill of the public sector's trainers through hands-on experience, and to upgrade the skill of the industry-based trainers. However, here in the NGOs should be encouraged to play a larger role in training for the informal sector and providing a range of services including information on how to run business and the quality control techniques, marketing, etc. Another thing is allowing institutions to seek accreditation from the internationally recognized accreditation agencies will allow their qualifications to be recognized internationally. That will be benefit for the workers who are going abroad to work, and will help the key beneficiaries, students, in obtaining the employment. But what I observe here in the Canada, the collaboration between the TVET institutions, I mean the TVET institutions that are providing the training, and the industries, there is strong correlated and collaboration, because these training providers, they customize and they prepare the curriculum and syllabus according to the need based in the market. This is very, very important, and that is very important, and in context of Bangladesh as well, that the collaboration between TVET institutions and the industries in Bangladesh to enhance employability skills as we have in Canada. In that case we can apply the Canadian experience in Bangladesh as well. Okay, that is true that the Bangladesh is not so much industrialized like Canada. There is no so much facilities there, but whatever they have, they can use this efficiently and effectively to grow the skill of the workers and their employability. In this regard, they can also they can also increase their the productivity as well. What I observed during working in Dhaka as a national consultant in the ILO project. But all these things are there. The last and but not the least, what I have observed in Bangladesh, that the occupational health and safety and working environment risk mitigation, these are given very less address. That should be given, because without this all the profitability and employability and the productivity will in vain. So that is why in accordance with the TVET, the corresponding occupational health and safety and workplace environment and risk mitigations, these are very important. If these are not given, then the industrial accidents what are happening in Bangladesh, it will continue and continue. And we see the very devastating effects recently in Bangladesh, whatever going on as the industrial accidents, especially the garment industries. And it is coming in after a couple of weeks. Then every after a couple of weeks we are getting the news that there is some accidents in Bangladesh industry, especially in the industrial sectors and garments industries. And then that area also to be given some focus during making the plan, program and policies of TVET, so that the TVET policies, programs, their curriculum should incorporate the corresponding occupational health and safety areas as well, if we want to get the real result at last. Okay, thank you very much for your time and to give you your attention in my this short discussion. See you in the next video. Bye.